Anybody else? Coach K, what you think about this?
And Coach K be hanging out in the black sector. But let me just.
Well, and that's something that I got. That's what I got a lot in the chat. Not so much anymore, but they would be like, well, why are you here? And it's like, because these topics are relevant to the, I don't even talk like this, but the white community too. Like, this is just a Western culture, you know? It's like, these issues matter to me and I don't care. And I will use this example. One time I did hear a panel of white people talking about relationships, and they mentioned, someone brought up autism. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? Why are we talking about autism? You know, so like, I just find the panels or whoever's talking about things that I'm interested in, and that is relevant to me, and that's it. But like, I will say that I hear a lot on panels. It's mostly, I will say, Black people like acting like white people don't have problems. And it's like, you know, if you look at the stats, you will see something different. I could give you plenty of examples depending on the subject that they're dealing with the same issues too, you know, especially when we talk about family or men and women, things like that. So it's like, but we see, I don't even talk like this shit, but white people don't talk on like the white community. Like, progressives and conservatives go hard. They do not mess with each other. If there's a Christian and an LGBTQ, like, you know, supporter, they don't mess with each other. So it's really not dependent on race.
Yeah. So
it's just the ideology.
One question, because so do you think that the white community, you say they go through the same problems? Granted, we never said they didn't. Do you think the white community goes through the same problems as the Black community? Equal? They're the same?
That'd be hard to say. I think they are more so than ever. Like just the breakdown of the family is really bad now, I think. And you know, I think the decline in, I guess, our society has been, again, it's just been over the years for all the races. But I don't know if I would say like one for one. It's hard. I don't know how to quantify that. I'd have to, you know, but there's a lot of just destruction in the white community, you know. So
I get that.
I don't know. Hopefully that answers your cue.
Yep. Anybody else before we get to these super chats?
Yeah, I just want to say that I do agree when in business, right? In business, if you're a wise businessman, you should not limit yourself to Black pride or, you know, being pro-Black. I mean, you that's a stupid businessman. You don't like money. You feel what I'm saying? I will say that along those same lines, they have real life statistics out there. Wholeheartedly, they have race statistics, right? As far as economically, what position on the totem pole a race is at. How do they conduct these studies? How do they conduct these economic totem pole studies, right? What do they do to figure out that Asians are on the top of the totem pole economically, then white, then Hispanic, then Black? How do they come up with these statistics? And why do they even care? Why do these statistics exist? Right? And so I do like to I listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, and he makes a lot of sense when he talks about powernomics and he talks about conserving your dollars. Economics is a real thing. I don't think it's a racist thing for Black people to practice conserving their dollars, because it could actually create more jobs. It could create more employment. That's a positive thing. I told it when Anton heard me tell this story before. I went, you know, I'm very cool with this Chinese lady. I used to. I don't really go there no more. I don't, you know. But I used to get Chinese food from this lady all the time from a restaurant. And I always noticed she always had Chinese people working in that restaurant. And I was joking with the lady at the counter. I was like, I need a job. Will y'all hire me? I just wanted to see what she was going to say. She was like, oh, no, only Chinese. That's it. Right? The reason why she said that is because they develop a culture. They understand that numbers wise, you know, they are not the majority in this country, but they can open up more opportunities if they protect, you know, their jobs and stuff, and give them more to their own race. I get that, but I do not promote giving a person a job just because they're the same race. I don't promote that. You know what I'm saying? But if you know there's a race that's just as qualified and they work hard, I don't see the problem with actually protecting your bottom line racially and economically so that you can have more leverage politically, right? If you want to lobby about something, it's just a lot of reasons why, you know, different. And I think we should stop being afraid to talk about race too. Like it gets yourself this. You and Anton, I'm saying it gets cringe. It gets cringe in conversations when we talk about race because we're afraid to offend anybody, or you understand?
Black people are not black people ain't. Everybody else is. We ain't afraid to offend nobody when it comes to race.
Well, let me tell you something.
It also depends on. Oh, go ahead.
I don't believe that y'all are really ready to have that conversation about race. Y'all really not. I'm
always.
No, y'all not. I don't think it's a person on this panel that's really ready to have the real and uncomfortable conversation about race. And the reason that I say that is because if somebody of another race actually told you the truth, you would call them racist.
That's not true.
Y'all are only ready to have the conversation one way. You only want to have it with people that look like y'all. You don't want to listen. You don't really want to have a conversation with a person that's going to tell you the real truth about yourself and how they really feel about you. That's not of your race.
I wouldn't be offended. I've had a white lady tell me off once. I didn't do nothing. I didn't say nothing. I'm multiracial, so it's like, why would I get offended? Like,
we talked about this earlier, right? Q,
75-year-old white man.
In the back, I talked about it.
It's the reason why. Listen, I love Coach. Coach K. Coach K have to be very, very careful with what words she uses, and she takes her time when she speaks.
No. See, people think I'm beating around the bush.
Who's done that before?
Beating around the bush. I don't think that you're beating around the bush. I don't think that you even use the N-word at all or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I think that all white people are very careful with the words that they use as to not offend people because they know that people are uncomfortable with the truth.
Because people will get offended.
I've never heard Coach K say black people before.
I just
said black people is offensive. Like when a white person says a black person, it's offensive to black people.
No, that's not what he's saying. Are you saying that if we wanted to talk about this conversation, right, and let's say another white person, let's say John was on the panel and John called us, you colored folks, you black folks, the N-word.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like being offensive intentionally. I'm talking about telling you exactly how other people see you outside of how you think that you see yourself.
Yeah, but it's going to be exactly what black people say. How the community is, how the women. Okay.
You know why we don't know that? You know why we don't know that? Because we've never actually had a real authentic conversation where people can be unfiltered and they tell the truth to each other.
That's a fact. And I agree with Anton. He's partially right because black people do say that about each other, Q. But I think what Anton is right at, we just don't want somebody else to say it because we don't like to look bad in front of other people, right? You feel what I'm saying?
I could talk about my brother, but if you do it,
I get what you're saying. Okay, so I'm gonna find some white folks, some Asian folks that could speak their mind.
Bullshit. You'll never pull that off.
Bullshit, nigga. Not on the internet, you ain't, nigga. They gonna get fired.
You able to pull that off? I give you a bonus.
Oh man, nigga. Nigga, like 90% of my Facebook is white people.
That's the thing. You gotta find people that's not on YouTube that don't have nothing to lose because they're not on YouTube.
When they see how many people watch this show, and then they think about their job, they ain't doing that shit. Ain't nobody about to put their well-being on the line for y'all to tell y'all the truth.
Oh, I don't think so. I haven't popped up in anybody in my personal life's algorithm. I can get some white folks if y'all want some white folks.
Go ahead, Coach K. Go ahead.
I can have this panel hell as hell next week. I'm just kidding, Coach K.
You're pretty crazy. What's tough about conversations on the internet in general is that people, this from race conversations to politics to culture to whatever, people cannot agree on basic facts, and that's the problem. Like, you know, we won't get anywhere if you and I cannot agree on, for example, biology. I don't want to continue to have this if we cannot even agree on something like that. So it's like, that's why it's hard to have conversations sometimes, because people really are so wrapped up in their feelings. And it's like, if we can't agree on facts and then talk about those facts and how we interpret them and where we go from here, then I'm not talking to you.
And that's a fact. And
it's kind of different though, because I've asked a lot of my white people to come on the show and they watch and they're like, I don't want to do any of that.
See?
Because if you're gonna twist my words, you know, that like people twist words, like because I'm white, I'm a Fed. Like, okay,
yeah, I think you have to have the right panel.
Stupid.
But that's what I was about to say. Black people need to stop embracing black people just because they black. That's what
we need to embrace them more. Maybe that's why other races are more solidified, because they do that and we don't.
That's what that was my point earlier.
They don't do that. White people know who the white trash is.
And we know who the niggers are. Like, what you mean?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. White people specifically don't do that. They separate themselves because they understand what they need to do, what needs to happen in order for them to progress. They're going to cut their bullshit off. I'm gonna tell you something. Black people, all that black pride shit. First of all, I hate the word black. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a blanket. Listen, it's a blanket statement. Don't group me with fucking Gucci Man or sexy. Don't do that, because I don't carry myself like that. And what until black people start understanding how to start tribalizing this bullshit and start sectioning themselves off in tribes, we're going to stay at a certain position on the totem pole. I refuse to let Sexy Red, I refuse to let Gucci Man keep Freezy at this certain stereotype. No, I'm not. I'm not. But there is a way for black people, right? A certain sector of black people to progress. You just got to cut that bullshit off. That's all. And those same black people I'm talking about, just like Anton, they're able to network with other white people, Asian, you know what I'm saying? It's called a bartering system. This is not unheard of. We've worked together for history, but it's just be the people, the wise people that understand business, networking, economics, politics. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we got ambassadors.
It's a white Sexy Red. Her name is, what's her name? Bad Baby.
Ah, shit.
Somebody in the chat said, "Show me the white Sexy Red." Bad Baby.
That's me outside. How about that?
Bad Baby is not like up there like Sexy Red. Bad Baby, yeah.
Gucci flip flop, fucking
what?
Wait, is Bad Baby the chick that went on OnlyFans and like made the highest as soon as she turned 18?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is she popular? Talks about Gucci socks and
she is popular.
Is she popular as Sexy Red?
Well, she kind of like Sexy Red is new. Bad Baby like tailored off.
Sexy Red is the hot thing right now.
Is the white community
ran that shit up? She capitalized.
I totally do not understand the Sexy Red thing.
So she capitalized it, but are white women being like, "Yeah, I want to be"? What's her name?
Bad Baby.
What's the white chick name? Bad Baby. Are they doing that? No, I see a lot of chicks backing Sexy Red when she made that video in the hospital. Let me see how many white women are backing up Bad Bunny. What her name is?
Bad Baby. Listen, whatever her name is. So many white women. You know, when I do review videos, a lot of times people send me It's way more white women talking crazy shit on the internet about men than it is black women.
I don't see any.
Oh yeah, like the whatever.
Yes. Crazy. If you listen, Q. If you look at, even if you just look at Fresh and Fit, the whatever podcast or whatever, they are ratchet. I'm telling you. Listen, there's a whole mind of women out there that are out there saying crazy shit.
Yeah.
Q, you got to open up your mind.
No. I watch the podcast. I watch whatever podcast. I see all those OnlyFans white girls. It's like the opposite of Fresh and Fit. They just got white girls. Fresh and Fit's the black type. Whatever is the white girls. I get
black.
That.
No, it'd be white girls on Fresh and Fit too.
Yeah, sometimes. But looking at the Fresh and Fit comparing to whatever, I don't remember even seeing one black chick on whatever podcast. It might be like last night. Really? I don't watch it faithfully. I just pick clips from it. But y'all make it's in the same spectrum as the culture. Anton, you have said it multiple times. The black culture is trash. It's not going nowhere.
I think that it is, because I say black culture specifically because that's the thing that we embrace the most. But Western culture is trash also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Anton, you know what I hate about the beefing with black culture? We can't even capitalize off that shit. Like, we let other people capitalize off of it. Like, we can't even do that right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just stupid, off of it. Dog.
Who?
It's stupid.
Shannon Sharp made $66 million off of it.
That's cap.
He did say that. He made more than he did in football.
No, he said he made more than he made in one season. That's what he said. He said, I made more off the Cat Williams interview than I made in any season that I played football. That's what he said.
He said he made 66 off of Cat in his life earnings for 22.
I don't know who they are. That's cap. 100%.
You can Google it.
I don't give a fuck what Google say. Google be wrong.
Like it came out of Shannon's mouth.
Google is wrong as hell.
Google wrong.
And what I mean by capitalizing, most of these low tier artists, these rap artists, and the people that's actually capitalizing the most are the owners of the distribution companies, the record labels and stuff. You know what I'm saying? These guys ain't making no damn money.
And who are those people? What race are they?
Dear Lord, they're Jews.
Jews.